turn it down just a tad bit. Great evening. How are you folks doing? We're going to give some folks a chance just to log on. So welcome to another authentic conversation with yours truly and Cedric Rashad. Let's see what we got going on. So tell you what, if you can, just maybe share this with some folks. And who knows, someone might end up getting some really great information that they can really use and do some amazing stuff. So, like I said, we'll give it just a couple of minutes. Copy link, and I'm going to do that to your Facebook page. So you can either log on to watch an authentic conversation either through my Facebook page, Madison Carlista, or you can log on through Cedric's Facebook page. And thank you so much for joining us. Happy holidays, too. So anyway, we've been having a really great week. And a couple of things that we really just wanted to share with everyone that we're going to end up closing discussion on is just why IML and Forex is such an amazing game changer. And Cedric has some really great insights about Forex that we've been discovering this week, which for one thing, I'll just go ahead and lay out there, babe, is that I just found out that Forex is actually traded 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize that was the case. So I'm really excited about that. And there's something else that we wanted to cover. Gosh, there's so much that's happened this week. How did your trades go this week?
The trades were amazing. First of all, shouts out to everyone. How you doing? Just want to give everybody a little love. We appreciate you for plugging in tonight on our channel. We are super excited to have you. I want to thank you. We know you could have been in a lot of different places, particularly with the holiday season coming up. But the holiday season always tells me that it's time to get our game plan in place so that the next year is getting ready, the clock is getting ready to turn over. And your question was, how was my week trading? My week was scary. It was benoodle. It was absolutely gangster. I had all blues. I'm telling you, it was this London breakout session is absolutely, I can just tell you, you don't know what you don't know until you really experience just making money from this phone, this golden goose. This golden goose just drops eggs after eggs after eggs after eggs. But we had a fantastic week, Madison.
We really did. So, babe, I know that you wanted to start off the conversation because we've been having so many conversations, not just between ourselves, but also you've been hosting tremendous conversations with Troy, which I think you guys have to talk 2 or 3 times a day. Yeah. Throughout the day. Yeah. But you've been having some really great, just extensive dialogue about why this is such a game changer. And I know it has really turned you on seriously over the last few weeks.
Well, I can just tell you that, tonight in the limited time that we have, I just want to give you a couple conversations we want to have. The first conversation centers around, and we're going to talk about 3 different things tonight. One, we're going to talk about Forex. Secondly, we're going to talk a little about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. And then lastly, we want to talk to you about what is blockchain. What is blockchain? So let's start off with the first conversation.
Well, it's basically, you were talking about just this whole opening about why is IML, why is Forex such a game changer? And, I know, like I said, I know that you and Troy have been having extensive dialogue about it, especially when it comes to just understanding, how this is something that can not just supplement, but over a period of time because it's compounding.
Well, let's just talk about what a game changer is. There's there's a lot of cliches out there about, man, this thing is awesome. It's a once in a lifetime. This, that, changing lives. But literally, Forex, in conjunction with IMarketsLive, educational platform that they have built to take people with zero knowledge and make them experts in the game where they can win every day. But first of all, let me just back up. You know, tonight I'm on my way out to see. I've got a godson that is having an event tonight, and we're going to be going back right after this event. But the event is a Christmas party that he's holding, and it's at Top Golf. Top Golf. Now, if you haven't been to Top Golf, you really don't. It's a game changer. In other words, Top Golf is a concept that allows people who hate golf, never played golf, to love it. And it also takes the people who love golf to go out there and play it. And what they've basically done is they've taken bowling and made it golf. They put a chip in each one of the balls, and it's absolutely phenomenal.
I'm a beast at golf.
She's a beast at it. Here's the good news. It's got great food. It's got alcohol. It's got 3 levels of people playing golf. And regardless of how good or how bad you play, you're going to have fun. And at the name of the game, that's what this is really all about. If you're not having fun, you're not winning. And to break the game, you got to break the game to win. What that means, you've got to come up with a concept that is so revolutionary that nobody else is doing. In other words, you're a first mover's advantage. That's the advantage of you being able to win and win big. Somebody's going to break the rule. IMarketsLive has broke the rule. In other words, they've taken what we know as online training, and they've been able to take you at any level with zero knowledge or knowledge above everyone else, and it's going to teach you exactly how to trade, how to make money with this golden goose every day. That's right, your ATM. In other words, this phone that you use for everything else other than making money. I don't think you heard me. I said you use it for everything else other than making money. We can show you out. And so that's why IMarketsLive is a game changer. 120 countries, anywhere there's Wi-Fi, you can trade 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's what's so powerful about it. It can take you from zero to hero. You know, we've all become superheroes in this game. This is absolutely amazing. You know, and I was talking with somebody the other day, and they asked me the craziest question ever. They said, hey, Sid, is this one of those MLM things? You know, they were trying to impress me with the name. You know, they didn't say network marketing. They said the pyramid thing. They said, is this one of those MLM things? And I was like, oh, no, bro, no, this is not an MLM thing. This is an MTM thing. And he says, MTM? I don't think I've heard that. That's right. It's multiple trading marketing. That's what it is. It's multiple trading marketing. That's what it is. Oh, I'm clever like that. You already know. You see, multiple trading, that's what we're in. We're in the MTM business. We're in the multiple trading business. Marketing, that's what we have. We give you 2 lanes, 2 divisions. So you can just be a trader, or you can be what? A marketer, or you can be both. You know, you can ring the bell, but that's what's so great. You got to break the game to win. And what IMarketsLive has done is totally broken the game.
It really has. You know, the educational platform that we have with IMarketsLive is unlike anything else because, babe, as I was telling you, I had someone about 8 years ago that introduced me to Forex. But by the time we finished with our conversations and everything, and I got to the office, they wanted $10,000
wow.
for me to learn how to trade Forex. And then it was a weekend boot camp. And then they wanted an extra $250 for supplemental courses. And needless to say,
throwing your money away.
Yeah,
money
I was pretty much out of the conversation at that point because it was like I can't see paying that kind of money, especially when I don't have it. But we know so many people just within our own circle that have spent thousands of dollars to learn how to trade currency. And we are so much further along. I still have a girlfriend in Texas that spent $10,000 for she and her daughter. So you're talking about $20,000. That was this time last year. She hasn't put in a trade yet. I've even sent her trades to put in, and she doesn't even know how to put them in.
You know, what it's really done is hurting the game.
Yeah.
That's really what it's doing. We're hearing people misuse this name Forex. And what happens is they attach all the negativity. And I promise you, if you go on Facebook, there'll be, or you go on online, there'll be somebody who's hating on the game. Let me tell you something. If you go through IMarketsLive education, I'm a classic example. She's a classic example. We knew zero knowledge about it. And now what we're doing is we're knocking this thing out of the park every day. In other words, this money is coming to us. It's coming to us because now what's happened is, one, we've learned to be able to recognize the market. That's the beauty of where we are right now. We've been able to dial into a sweet spot, the London breakout, which happens to be us. Tomorrow night, we got the incredible, the amazing Dr. Raphael Skillers coming to the ATL, and he's going to be teaching us about Bitcoin. Now, don't get me started on this whole Bitcoin thing, because you know what? I hear people, everybody, see, Bitcoin is trending. It's about cryptocurrency. In other words, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
People all the time is telling me, man, you need to get with us because, you know, Bitcoin is going up every day. So let's just analyze what we're saying. Today, Bitcoin is at around 17,000, 18,000, some number of that nature. And it goes up. It's very volatile. So the question is, how many of you that are looking today have an extra $17,000, $18,000 to buy one Bitcoin? Understand, there's only 21 million Bitcoins in the world. There's only 21. So the real question is, are you going to spend $17,000 for it to go up $1,000? Maybe it's 18 by the time you make your decision. Maybe it'll be 20 by the time you make your decision. But bottom line, Bitcoin is just like any other stock, just like a IBM or Google or Amazon, anything like that. In other words, it's a blue chipper. It's a blue chipper. Everybody is talking about it. Here's what's so powerful about it. We know it's going up. The demand, it's the supply and demand. That's what drives the price points on all foreign currency. So here's where we are. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. If you're here thinking, you're one of those naysayers and saying, oh, Bitcoin's not going to be around. No, this whole foreign currency thing is out of the box. This cryptocurrency is not, I just want my greenback. Let me tell you, that greenback ain't worth no money. If everybody right now went to the bank and tried to get their money out, guess what? We would be short because the bank doesn't have your money. You know what they're doing with your money? They're trading it for cryptocurrency and foreign exchange currency. That's what they're doing with it. While you're sleeping, while we're laying in bed, they're making dollars and stacks and stacks and racks on our money. You see, the way we really are funding these banks. We're funding these banks. So Bitcoin, if you really want to win big at Bitcoin, here's what you do. You get involved in IMarketsLive. And here's what you do. You go right to your quotes, and you'll see BTU USD, Bitcoin US dollar. That's right. Bitcoin is stronger than the US dollar. That's because it's what? It's $15,000, $16,000, $18,000, $20,000. So whatever pair is the first pair of a pair, the first currency is the strongest one. So obviously it's stronger than the US dollar. So why are you going to buy a Bitcoin when you can trade on it with IMarketsLive, and if it goes up, you win. If it goes down, you win. And really, you don't care. How about that? So we have Bitcoin as part of our portfolio. We're going to an amazing seminar tomorrow evening with Dr. Spiller, who's going to tell us how to get our game up. Shouts out to Deidre Sim. She's part of our Troy's Trade House, part of our mastermind group that we meet every morning at 3:30, Monday through Friday. And she has started trading Bitcoin. I just talked with her today, and guess what? I think she's made 15 trades, made 55 grand just trading on it going up or down. See, you need this information. There's two types of information. There's information which is always free. Go to the barbershop, go to the beauty shop, you can get that for free. Or there's information you need, and that costs something. But IMarketsLive is what? $200 to get this kind of information? $200? $200. That's right. A great night out that you're going to spend at one time. You're going to put that money in the market. and you can generate money over and over again. Or you can take that money and go right out there and put it in your neighborhood and it's gone, just like that.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm really excited about Bitcoin. I started trading Bitcoin a little bit, before, and I noticed how just one penny was turning into like $20, $22,
Yes.
in like just
Yes.
a matter of a few
Yes.
minutes. So it's something that's really interesting to look at. But I know we only have a few minutes, babe, and I wanted to ask you to just share with everyone. You and Troy have been talking very heavily about blockchain, is it?
Blockchain.
Can you, because I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
Well, blockchain. And blockchain is a virtual ledger. In other words, it's a ledger that is virtual. And what it basically does is, let's back up for a minute. Blockchain is equivalent to the new internet. In other words, think of the world before the internet. It's almost impossible to believe. Think about the impact the internet has had. This allowed me and you to talk to people around the globe right now. We're talking around the globe by the power of something called the internet. Well, the blockchain is like the internet 2.0, if you can imagine that. In other words, let's think about this. Let's say you had $1 million today, right now. So here's the question. What would you do with it? What would you do with it? Are we going to hide it away under our mattress? We're going to bury it out in our backyard? Or are we going to put it in the bank that we just got through taking it from? In other words, the reason you would probably have it is that you're trading foreign currency. You're trading cryptocurrency. And as a result, instead of you putting it in the bank and letting the bank use your money, you've decided to use your what? Phone and make the money yourself. So let's say you've accumulated $1 million, and let's say for the sake of argument, you knew someone overseas that you wanted to exchange some dollars with. Well, currently right now, you need an intermediary. And what does that mean? You need a Visa. You need a bank. You need somebody who says, I can secure your money. I can secure your money. And they're going to secure your money for a fee. Now, if you had $1 million and you wanted to send it to somewhere in the East, it would probably take a couple days for that person to receive it. And anywhere between 10 and 50% fees and taxes that be associated with that transfer before they would receive it. Now, blockchain would go peer-to-peer. You and John, you and Mary, who's in Australia, you wanted to transfer this money directly without those intermediaries. With blockchain technology, you will be able to do it. And the way it's done is there is a verification done with multiple computers. It's basically like everybody is aware of this transaction. So I have to get verified. The person receiving it has to get verified. And when that person sends it, it is documented with a group of computers. Everybody knows that it has been sent. When it's received, Madison receives it in Australia. Guess what? She acknowledges who she is. It verifies who she is. And she's done that. And guess what? We transferred maybe $1 million for $10, and it was instant. You see, what it's basically doing is, now that we're in this foreign exchange, now we're in cryptocurrency, there's going to be a lot of changing. There's people who are going to be moving around. People are going to be traveling more and more. The world as we know it is not the world we grew up in. The world we know it today is much more connected. It's connected by this internet. The blockchain is a virtual ledger that connects all of these peer-to-peer transactions without the need of going through an intermediary where you pay all of the fees. Basically, what we're doing is taking control of our own money back. And as we deal in foreign currency, cryptocurrency, you're going to be able to do that. Do you notice how many people today accept Bitcoin?
It's starting to increase. Definitely increase.
More and more people. More and more people. It's just like years ago, before there was Visa and MasterCard. All of a sudden, guess what? They said there was Visa. Then there was MasterCard. And guess what? We just eventually, kind of acquiesced to start using it. And then along came a couple of new cars, like Discover came late. And guess what? Everybody got in their game, and they're getting a piece of the money.
I gotta love it. Oh gosh, we were doing really good.
Yeah.
So if I'm understanding this right, I can send money to my friend over in Australia, and instead of using a bank, there is like a whole legion of people that will verify that this money has come from me,
right,
and it's gotten to her there.
That's correct.
And there's and it can happen instantaneous instead of like a wire, because a wire usually takes a couple of days.
Exactly. And you know why? Because they're holding your money. That's why.
And while they're holding it, they're trading it.
And I mean, it's no different than you go into Western Union. In other words, there's a certain delay in the money. They're just keeping the control of that money, and that's how they make the money. That's how this works. You understand? It's really no different than what we're doing. And today, in this world that we live in today, what we're basically doing is take control of your finances. And because you're going to be making more money than you've ever done in this IMarketsLive kind of, I'm telling you, just think about this. You've moved from all of the products, coffee, tea, juice, weight loss, skincare, and now you're actually talking about money in a global setting using cryptocurrency, and you're tracking your money by blockchain technology. Man.
It's amazing. It's really amazing.
That's heavy. That's heavy. Guys, what I'm sharing with you is this is not something we're talking about space age. This is something happening right now. Just like everybody kind of blew off the whole Bitcoin cryptocurrency thing, right? Well, you know what? It's real. It's real. And it is real money. And so the beauty of what you're going to be able to do is once you learn to master this whole Forex trading game, and guess what? We got more and more people that are mastering and collaborating, more and more trade houses. Education is getting better and better, and we're getting more and more sophisticated. We're learning more about it, and we want to be able to trade. You see, you could trade Bitcoin right now. Anytime the market moves, and Bitcoin's moved relentlessly, 24/7, 7 days a week. It's constantly moving because it's the #1 trending topic. Everybody you talk to knows something about Bitcoin. They don't know anything about foreign exchange. They don't know anything about cryptocurrency, but they know something about what? Bitcoin. Bitcoin. And everybody wants one. But you know what? You really don't want one. What you want to do is trade for one. That's what you want to do. Trade, invest in whether it's going to what? Go up, which means that's going to be a buy, or if it goes down, that means that's going to be a sell. You're going to scoop off those pips, put them in your pocket, and keep it moving.
I also want to address, because earlier I had a conversation that I had to bring Lawrence on with some people, and they really couldn't quite grasp or understand exactly how it is that we're able to get into the market and exchange currency. And one gentleman was thinking, well, is this something where I'm going to give you $1 and you're going to take a Japanese dollar and we're going to make an even exchange? It doesn't make sense. And what I can tell you, like I was trying to explain to them earlier, is that we're making money whether the market is up or down.
That's right.
This isn't the stock market. This isn't, and another gentleman was asking me if this was like derivatives.
No.
So, right. But what we can tell you is that the educational platform.
The answer is no.
Right. The educational platform that we have is something unlike I've never seen. And yes, there is a network marketing piece that is attached to it. But you know what I say? Learn how to trade, period. And for our people that have been, with us and are growing with us, and, we're reaching out to other people, that's what our mantra is. Learn how to trade, period.
That's right.
Because we have so many of our people that are just customers, and because they're trading, they're making profit. They haven't spoken to anyone because they're learning how to trade, period.
Yes.
But it just so happens that just organically, because it's like, oh my God, I'm profiting, I'm doing very well off this, I got to share this with someone. And not only that, because they're sharing, and then because Cedric, we've been attracting so many amazing people, we can't keep them. And so we just drop them down within our organization, and it's just growing and growing and continuing to grow. But not only that, so many of our people that are true, they understand how network marketing works. They're doing the exact same thing. So it's almost like this feeding frenzy that's going on, you know?
Well, I think right now we're in a very unique space because the company is growing. The company is creating chairman, six-figure income earners daily, every single day. I just got some information from Lawrence Young, which said that we've got, I believe, 3 or 4 of the top money earners in multi-level marketing today in our company right now. That number is growing and growing and growing and growing. But let me just kind of give you a quick summary of what we're looking at. One, first of all, you got to have great time. Let's just think about that. This industry right now is close to $6 trillion a day. $6 trillion. It is right there. It's almost at that point. So that's a lot. All you need is a small percentage of that. That's number one. So the industry is the biggest thing that's happening in the world. That's number one. As the world becomes closer, more and more people travel. That means that the money exchanges what? Hands. The world is closer. That means there's more investment going back and forth. More travel, more business, more commerce. So that makes the market very robust. That's number one, talking about the industry. 2, the company. The company has absolutely crushed the game. And what I mean by that, they have broke all the rules. In other words, what have they done? They provide an educational platform for you to learn how to trade foreign currency. And they do it in a module form along with live traders. If that's not what you want to do and you want one of the traders to trade your money, then they'll do what? You can vet them out and then they can trade your money too. But we're encouraging people to handle your own money. Too many people have been handling our money all the ways anyway. We want to take control of our own life and we want to be able to handle that. Then you want to join a trade house. And there are trade houses all around the globe where someone is going to take you by the hand and walk you down this road and teach you how to make this money. That's what's so incredible about it. Because each one teach one, reaches one. You follow me? Everybody eats with us. Everybody. We leave nobody behind. Everybody eats. We're all in the same table. We all eat. That's how this works. And so you're going to pass that knowledge down. You're going to absorb it yourself. And at some point, you're going to pay it forward too. So we got a great company. Our company is debt-free. We're in 120 countries. We got a master trader who heads it out, who shares with us information and tips each and every day on what he's looking at. You got Isis Delatorre, who handles all the money, make sure all the bills get paid, make sure you get paid. That's what you want to do. We have the best in the game as executive vice president who travels the globe spinning the message, who's an evangelist for Forex, but more importantly, he is a titan in this industry when it comes to sharing with people this incredible concept, which we call IMarketsLive. We got Ivan Tapia, who is our VP of sales, who's out here beating the bushes every day, sharing this message, who's become an evangelist of what we're doing to try to change people's lives. Our pay plan for the marketing side is bar none. Nobody can touch it. Don't even try to touch it. You know why? All of our products are digitized, so they don't have the cost. See, if you got coffee, tea, juice, soap, whatever, you got a cost. Then you got to pay the team. Then you got to pay the owners. Guess what? All of our products are digitized. You don't have to worry about the internet stuff. So we can pay out more than anybody on the marketing side. Now, when it comes to the trading, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. If your number is $100 a day, or $1,000 a day, or $10,000 a day, or $100,000 a day, I know people at every one of those levels. That's right. They are making what, 100 a day, all the way to 100,000 a day. Where? On their phone. With this information, and when you ask that $100,000 a day player, how is this possible? I can't believe it. Guess what they said? I just went through IML Academy. I went through IML TV. I listen to all the educational platforms. I go and I constantly review it. I listen to all of the incredible instructors. And what I've done is I've taken that information and I've done what? I absorbed it and I put it to practice. Then I execute my trades. That's what's awesome about it. And last but not least, I think you got to have a little passion for the game. You know, when we first got in this, you know, we just wanted to make a few dollars. And I think that's the way most people who get in a marketing company do. They just want to make a few dollars. They've had some success at another company. Maybe they've made some real money somewhere else, and they get in here and they're going to share with a few friends. But it's all about the money. Let me just say this to you. This game is bigger than the money. It's bigger than the money. If all you're doing it for is the money, that's not your passion. You see, our passion, her passion, Rich Girl's Trade, is to be able to share this with women around the world who had never really been allowed to trade. I mean, that's a powerful, powerful, powerful movement. You know, my passion now is to be able to share it with my grandkids, to be able to share it with them, to be able to give them that leg up, to be able to leave that legacy with them. How many times have you heard people from the front of the room talking about, I'm going to pass this business down, and then 2 weeks later, they're in another company? Don't get me started on that. Don't even get me started. And what is the skill that they know? Nothing to go to company to company. What I'm sharing with you now is the skill we want to pass down is how can somebody trade GBP for JPY? That's right. Or US dollar, a New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. How do I do that on my phone? And I tell you what, you get with a trade house like we have, and guess what? We'll teach you how to do it in a week. In a week, we're going to have you making money, trading on your own, doing this thing, being able to pass it down to your family. And guess what? Have a real conversation about wealth over Christmas and New Year rather than some nonsense. You know, what's on power? Hey, let's talk about some power. That's what we're really talking about. And last but not least, what I want to talk to you about is timing. And about, they say a half a dozen decisions in your life will determine where you end up in your life. That's right, a half a dozen. A half a dozen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I thought I'd used up my half a dozen. And I can tell you now, I really had used up my half a dozen. If it hadn't been for Madison, guess what? None of this would have happened. None of the lives that we've been able to help and change lives would not have happened if it had not been for her. She saw it. And so what I'm sharing with you is that I had used my half a dozen. That's right, I had used mine. But I'm just telling you, timing and the opportunity will make all the difference in your life. I want to close with a short story about a company that we know of that makes these phones. It's called Apple. 1976, 3 people started that company. 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 people. You've all heard of Steve Jobs. Everybody knows that. You've all heard of Wozniak, who was the brainchild, who actually could do the work. But what you never heard of was the third guy. The third guy was named Ron Wayne. Now that's a name you never heard of. He's the guy that wrote the first Apple manual. He's the guy that designed the first what? Apple manual and the logo. That guy. He's the guy. So the question is, why have you never heard of him? You know why? His passion wasn't computers. You know what his passion was? It was slot machines. It was slot machines. That was his passion. But Wozniak and Jobs' passion was what? Computers. And so what happened is Ron got mad at Jobs because he spent $1,500 on something that he felt that Steve Jobs felt would make the product better, and they had a disagreement, let's say. And Ron Wayne sold his 10% for $800.
Hey.
Ron Wayne sold his 10% of Apple for $800. It would be worth $35 billion today. So I talked to you about timing, making a decision, and putting yourself and surrounding yourself with people of what? Vision. If that's who you are, you want to get back with the person who put you on the phone tonight and tell them, I want to hear more. I want to know more. I want to be able to find out. I want to learn how to trade, and will you help me? I want to talk to that guy who was pointing on the video all night. That guy who's super animated. That guy who's hyped up. I want to talk to him. And guess what? Anybody that's got you on the phone knows how to get in touch with me. How about that? I'm not that hard to get in touch with. So I would just tell you, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Make sure you take advantage of it. Don't do what Ron Wayne did. You heard it, you're in the right place at the right time, and then guess what? You blew it. You blew it. Don't you be one of the people talk about, boy, if I had known about Bitcoin back 5 years ago, well, guess what? If you did know about it, you wouldn't have bought one. How about that? So I'm telling you, you got a second shot to get on something way bigger than Bitcoin. Did you hear me? Way bigger than Bitcoin. Matt?
Well, folks, that's it. We run a little bit over time, but, you know, there was just so much to share, and there is still so much to share, but we're going to end it now, and we will see you next Sunday. And our new motto is, learn how to trade.
Period.
Period.
Hey, salute. Hey, we'll see you on the other side, on the richest beaches in the world. Hey, salute.
And we'll see you on the other side of greatness. Ciao.